The merge intervals algorithm is foundational because it teaches you how to think in terms of sorting, overlapping conditions, and in-place merging, skills that show up repeatedly in real-world coding problems. Mastering it helps you recognize patterns used in scheduling, timeline management, and data compression. In this video, you'll get a clear step-by-step walkthrough of how the algorithm works so you can fully grasp the logic and apply it with confidence in interview and real projects. And if you want to meet me on a one-on-one Zoom call with your problems, go ahead and check out the link in the description. More on this later in the video. Now, today we are going to talk about merge intervals. One of the many default, standard interview questions. You basically want to know how to handle this, and this is why we are going to go through step by step in this tutorial. Now, what is merge intervals? Let's take a look at the question. Given an array of intervals where intervals I is start and end, merge all overlapping intervals and return an array of the non-overlapping intervals that cover all the intervals in the input. Now, I know there's quite a lot of intervals right over here. Let's take a look at the example. So here is the input. And let's take a close look at it. So we have 1 till 3. So 1 is the start and 3 is the end. Then we have 2 and 6. So 2 is the start and 6 is the end, and so forth. Let's take a look at these 2. So we want to merge the intervals. So we have 1 and 3 and then 2 and 6. As you can see, 2 and 3 overlap. So first one would be 1 and 6. And then comes 8 till 10. Of course, that's not overlapping. So we have 8 till 10. So we're just appending it. And then finally 15 till 18. So in this current situation, we had only 2 overlapping. And we just, merged it into one right over here. The others do stay the same. But this could be going, really wild. We want to come up with a real nice solution. So what are we going to do? Well, first of all, it's really nice to just sort according to the first, this 1 and 2 and 8 and 15, because basically that is not really, covered. So let's just start typing in and let's see how we are going to get from there. We're going to go through the sorted array. Let's see how that works. Want to get better at SwiftUI fast? Let's jump on a 1-hour Zoom call and tackle whatever's holding you back. Whether you're stuck on a bug, unsure about best practices, or just want some honest feedback on your code, I got your back. With 14 plus years of iOS experience, I will help you move forward with clear, practical guidance, completely tailored to you. Just tap on the link in the description to book your session. So first of all, we might make sure that the input array is not empty. So guard let not input is empty, else we want to return an empty array. Okay, so that's fine. Then we want to create a sorted. Let sorted equals input sorted. Yes, and it's suggesting it right. So sorted according to the first element in that inner array. So at index 0, 1, 2, 8, and 15. Okay, not guard let, just guard. Okay. So that's our sorted. Next, we want to create a result, which will have the first element because we are going to compare to the previous one. So the first is just going to be the first. So we do want to input the first element there to just getting started. Result, and this will be an array with sorted at index 0. Okay, let me just have some more room over here so we can see it. That is our first element. Currently, we could just return this, but of course, we need to go through the sorted array right over here. So what we're going to do is just go for I in 1, 1 because we already have one element right over here, and through all of the sorted counts. And we are going to need to grab the last and the current one. Now, let's just take a look at the last, and it could be the result last. I really like to go for the indices result at result.count minus 1. And then the current, let current equals sorted at I. So sorted at I. Okay, so we got our last, we got our current. Now it is time, as you can see, it automatically suggesting it, to compare those. So I'd like to have it, well, basically that's it. Current 0 is less than last 1. So take a look at the indices. The first one, the current, is the first index, and we are comparing it to the next ones. For the previous ones, last one. So the previous array's last index, so index is 1. Okay, if that is the case, let me just take a look at this. If that is the case, we want to say that, this is when we are overlapping. It's the one where we are going to change the 3 to 6. And this is what we are doing right over here. Let me just hit tab so we can see. This is what we are doing right over here. So result count minus 1. So the last one's 1 is equals to the maximum of the last one's 1 and the current one. So basically we are choosing, is this the maximum or is this the maximum? If that is the case, we are just going to add it right over here. Now, otherwise, we are just simply going to append. So let's just have those two parentheses there. We are going to append. So result dot append our current, because that's when we have this 8 of 10 and then 15 till 18, because this if statement does not hold, of course. Okay, and finally we are going to return our result. And basically, that's how simple it is. We just go through all of our sorted arrays, and we are just going to take a look if the last element is needed to be changed. Otherwise, of course, we discard this one once we are just going to set the maximum of the last equal 1 or the current of 1. Okay, that's how you merge the intervals. And if you did like these types of tutorials, go ahead and check out my mentoring sessions. This video was sponsored by Tenjin ROI one-on-one channel. More on that in the link in the description.